Hi, my name is Suzanne Marie Crespo Valentin, and I go by Susie. I am a pilot in the United States Air Force. I'm an officer as well, and I am a flight commander in the 924th Air Refueling Squadron. There's a couple different ways you can become a pilot. The military is one of the ways that you can do it, and that's the path that I chose. You can also become a pilot on the civilian side, either through college. There's college programs that can get you there, or you can pay for flight instruction. So my favorite thing about flying, I have a few actually, but my first favorite thing is the freedom. I think most people when they're kids dream about flying, whether it be like jumping off of something and being airborne for a while or in a plane, but I always dreamed of having actual wings. I also really enjoy the traveling because I fly large aircraft, so we can go really far. And then I love the challenges every day that I face, like landing and refueling from another aircraft. Some of the coolest stuff I've seen, honestly, thinking about it, has got to be the night sky. Because when you are so far away from the ground and all the light that's below you, you can see all the stars. You can see tons of shooting stars. The moon, when it's setting, if you are flying, it actually kind of looks like a huge red globe. It's pretty amazing. So I've flown a few different aircraft. I started out with the DA-20, which was a small two-seat aircraft at the Air Force Academy that I flew for my private pilot's license, and it was a propeller aircraft. And then my most recent plane is the KC-46, which is a Boeing 767 variant, and it is the newest tanker in the Air Force. So I think something that most people don't really know about as far as flying airplanes is, first of all, our refueling mission, which is what I do, where we actually fuel another aircraft in flight. And so I think that's pretty amazing. And the more interesting part to me is that they started doing that as early as the 1920s with the U.S. Army Air Service. And so the Wright brothers had their first flight in 1903, and as early as 1923, we were already refueling in flight. So that's an amazing history that we continue with today. I have faced challenges in aviation as a career field because of being a female or a Latinx female. When I first applied to fly, there was a minimum height requirement of 5 feet and 4 inches, and I'm actually only 5 feet tall. And so I had to get a flying waiver. They had to do what they call functional cockpit checks, where I went and tested my ability to reach all the different surfaces on the aircraft that I needed. And then I got my waiver. But since then, they have realized that height requirement actually limits a lot of females, and even more so Latinx females. And so they have looked into what is the true requirement by the aircraft. Every time there's a barrier removed, I think we all celebrate. Aviation started out as a male-dominated career field, and it's been a work in progress, but more and more females join all the time. And I think with any career field where you have a typical member, let's say, anytime you bring members that are atypical to the career field, it really broadens the perspective. So anybody who has a different lived experience from the majority is going to bring a new perspective, new understanding to things, and potentially even new solutions as you look at the problems that other people have been looking at for a long time.